Hi, this video is going to try and convince you, a voter in Glasgow Kelvin, why you should give both your votes to the Scottish Green Party on May 6th and vote Patrick Harvie as your next MSP. I asked members of the public why they plan not to vote for Scottish Greens in the coming election, and these are some of the main reasons I got back. So if your reasons are anything like any of these, I'm asking you to just stick about for the next few minutes and hopefully I'll be able to change your mind. The Greens will never win, so it's a wasted vote. The Greens are actually the second biggest party in Glasgow Kelvin, gaining almost 20% more votes than Scottish Labour and over 100% more votes than the Conservatives in the 2016 election. The Greens are not just some wee fringe party, they're actually the leading contestants in this seat. And in the coming election, Greens are
currently on track to win 10
seats across Scotland, which is up from only 5 we have just now, which is up again from 2 in 2011. The Greens are a party with immense momentum and movement behind them. And to address it's a wasted vote, yes, nationwide the Greens are a small party with only 5 MSPs. But look at the impact those 5 MSPs have had compared to the 63 that the SNP have got in Holyrood. Whether it's in securing a fair tax system for people across Scotland, for securing extra funding for parks, libraries, sports clubs, or just recently, free bus travel for everybody under the age of 19. This is just the tip of the iceberg of things that would not have happened if it weren't for the Green voices that you elected into Holyrood. And also how I see it, if you truly don't want to waste your vote, if you want your vote to have true political impact, then by tossing it at the dominant party who have to balance their climate bills against appeasing big companies or tiptoe around issues like trans rights out of fear of upsetting their more conservative voters. For me, that is how you waste a vote. The SNP can't risk rocking the boat out of fear that they'll start knocking off their more fringe voters. The Greens' policies, on the other hand, are not dictated by what will let them clutch onto their majority for longer, but instead what they actually believe in and what they actually think will make an impact in Scotland. If you don't want to waste your vote, then vote for Greens. I believe the government should focus on more than just a single issue such as climate. Yes, so do the Greens. The Greens don't only fight for the climate, they also fight for tenants, workers, teachers, students, NHS staff, the LGBT community, carers and children. Here are just a few of the main points that they've listed on their manifesto.
The Greens understand that inequality, homelessness, poverty and addiction are the leading causes of crime, and therefore work to fix these root causes by working with local communities and tackling racial inequality, rather than just whack-a-moling crime when it pops up. The Greens will continue to fight for nuclear disarmament and against Trident, and seek to promote Scotland as a global peacemaker. They wish for Scotland to rejoin the EU as an independent nation and be an active participant in making the world better. The Greens are determined to end the causes and effects of climate change, all while benefiting and protecting local communities. The Greens will push for an additional 4,000 teachers, as well as securing funding for pupils experiencing poverty. They also work towards broadening the curriculum to actually prepare children for the world, including teaching kids about consent and signs of abuse in sexual education. 90% of Scotland's energy is already created through renewable sources. Greens want to control energy locally and create jobs to benefit locals. They want to ban fracking once and for all and ensure that everybody is able to affordably and sustainably heat their homes. The Greens have always led the charge in sexual and gender equality. They are tackling hate crime against queer people, broadening LGBT education in schools and helping trans people get access to appropriate healthcare quicker. Caring for carers to ensure that they receive more than just a living wage, increasing carers' allowance and improving maternity and paternity benefits. The Greens wish to build 12,000 new homes, make rents fairer and end fuel poverty. The Greens are for the rich paying more and for the poor paying less, to tackle inequality so that everybody can afford not only to survive but also to thrive as members of Scotland.
And then the final argument. I would vote for Scottish Greens, but the SNP need a mandate for Scottish independence. The Greens are a pro-independence party. A vote for the Scottish Greens is a vote for independence as much as a vote for the SNP is. Having a united pro-independence parliament in Holyrood proves to Westminster that independence isn't just an SNP thing, it's a Scotland thing. With people all across the nation from broad political backgrounds wanting this for our future. That is a much louder mandate than having just one big party demand they get what they want. Additionally, the Greens believe that independence should be a route to other things and not as a means to an end. The Greens are fighting not just for an independent Scotland, but an independent Scotland that's greener, fairer and better. So I hope I've done some work in demystifying the Scottish Greens and their policies to you, and I hope you'll consider giving them your vote on May 6th. I've left some links down below for some further reading if you're not quite convinced yet. A vote for Scottish Greens is a vote for equality. It's a vote against climate change and for a sustainable Scotland. It's a vote for queer rights, for immigrant rights and for workers' rights. It's a vote not driven out of fear that some other party might get in, but out of the belief that the Scottish Greens can, and out of the belief that they will fight for the policies that you actually care about. They will work for a safer, greener and better Scotland for everybody who calls this place their home.